What's going on, first grade? Mr. Hunter here with your community helpers. We're going to be doing a pretty cool lesson today. Should have that book out, and it's not going to be a long lesson, but we're talking about somebody today in our community helpers. And I don't know if you guys raise your hand if you've ever been to a restaurant. You ever been to a restaurant? Okay, so when you go into a restaurant and then they take you to your seat and you sit down, there's a person that comes to take your order. They ask you what you want to eat. They ask you what you want to drink. Uh, what else do they do? If you have a question about the food, they ask you, or they're able to tell you about what's in the food. Like, oh, I don't know what this is. What is that person called? They're a waiter. Okay, a waiter. Yeah, a waiter. But this word starts with an S. A waiter is somebody who serves you. We're talking about servers. We're talking about servers. Yes, we're talking about servers today. Okay. Now, where does a server work? Works in a restaurant or a diner or a place like that. What's your favorite restaurant that you go to? That's something I want you guys to kind of tell me tomorrow, all right? I want you to let me know what your favorite restaurant is that you've been to, or if you know who I'm talking about, we just talk about servers and waiters, all right? So let's turn to page 43. We're going to start on 43, all right? Now let's look at the picture there, and we see the guy, and we see the picture of the young lady handing the boy a glass. All right, let's start reading. It says servers work in restaurants and bring us our food, right? They work hard to make sure that we have what we need. Grown-up people like fancy restaurants. How many of your parents like fancy restaurants? Ask your parents what their favorite restaurant is, okay? Grown-up people like fancy restaurants. They like having things really especially nice. And the server helps to make the meal special. Some servers work in restaurants where children like to eat. They take your order and they give us our food. They work hard to make our meal in the restaurant enjoyable. Guys, I don't know what your favorite restaurant is. I'm going to find out tomorrow. But my favorite restaurant is a restaurant here in LA. They have one in Malibu as well. It's called Mastro's. Ask your parents if they've heard of Mastro's or if they've ever been there. Mastro's is my favorite restaurant. Usually on my birthday every year, I go to Mastro's. I didn't go this year, but the last few years I've gone to Mastro's. Simply amazing, simply amazing. All right, now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about what a server does. A server usually greets you. So when you walk into the restaurant, the server's like, "Hey, how you doing?" That's actually the person that's called a host. When you sit down at your chair, at your table, the person that comes up to you and greets you and says, "How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Can I get your order?" That's the server. So they greet the customers. Then, if you have something you want to order, what do? Do they just remember it? Some waiters, some servers can do that, but a server is usually going to write it down. They're going to have a tablet. They're going to say, "Okay, all right, and what else would you like?" Then, if they take your order, what do they do with it? They have to give it to the cook. They have to give it to the cook, because if they take your order and they don't give it to anybody, are you going to get any food? No. Now, what happens if a server doesn't take your order right? You get the wrong thing. And that's not really a good thing, right? That's not good. If you wait for a long time and then they bring you the wrong food, you're not going to be happy and you're probably not going to eat that. So the servers have to pay attention and really, really take extra caution in what they're writing down. Now, the servers, once the food is ready, they have to carry the food. Have you ever seen a server and they're walking back like this and they have everything in their hand? They're, "All right, here you go. Here's Dylan's sandwich. Here's Sam's orange juice. Eliana, here's your ice cream. And Jeremiah, here's your vegetable tray." Yeah, you eat vegetables. You would eat vegetables. All right. But they bring back the items. They bring them back to you so that you can eat them, right? They provide extra items like they give you ketchup or steak sauce, or they give you extra napkins, or if you want more drink or juice, they give you more juice, right? They usually bring you water. Now, here's the thing. You've gone to the restaurant. The server has given you everything. They've given you great service. Can you just get up and leave? No, the server is the one that you have to give the bill to. So they give the bill to you. You have to write the bill, and then you pay when you're ready to leave. Now, if the server's doing a really, 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 really good job, you know what you should do at the end of the night? Well, you should actually give them a tip. They work really hard, and servers get paid some money, but they rely on your tips. What's a tip? Well, if the bill costs $50, you would give the server, you say, "Oh, the server did really good. I'm going to give the server $7 extra." And that $7 goes directly to him. It doesn't go to anybody else, him or her. So the server is going to get a tip. And a tip is a really nice way of saying thank you from the customer to the server. All right. The server's job is to be pleasant, to be friendly, to be kind, and to smile at all times. If you went to a restaurant and the server was walking around like this. I said, Sam, how can I help you? Jeremiah, what do you want? Eliana, what do you want? Would that make you feel good about eating there? No. And if the server is not friendly, you probably won't come back. So a server has a really important job because they are representing the entire restaurant. All right, let's turn the page. Let's turn the page. All right, we're on page 44. It says good mealtime manners. So you see the family, they're at a restaurant. Let's talk about 1 through 10 about what they're doing to make sure they have a pleasant meal. All right, number 1, come to the table the first time you are called. So when your mom and dad say, hey, dinner's ready, don't make them call you more than once. You know, my mom, she did not play that. She would be upset. I would get in a lot of trouble if she had to call me more than once for dinner. So if dinner was ready, you need to be there on time. Number 2, remember to thank God for your food before you begin. Don't just sit down and start eating. You got to thank God, right? Number 3, use a napkin to wipe your mouth and your hands. That's really smart. Don't want to have food all over your face. Number 4, don't talk with food in your mouth. Do not do that. I don't like that. And I don't know if I've ever seen you guys do that at school, but if I did, you know I told you to stop. Number 5, sit close to the table so you won't fall onto the floor. All right, so you sit right here. And I said, so you won't fall on the floor, but so your food won't fall on the floor. Number 6, keep your elbows off the table. Don't put your elbows here and do that. That's not appropriate. That's not respectful. You got to keep them off. Number 7, don't play when you should be eating. So when you're at the dinner table, it's not playtime. You can laugh if somebody says something funny, but it's not playtime. We're not throwing the food. We're not bringing toys to the table. We're not doing any of that. We're here to eat and celebrate and talk with family. All right. Number 8, ask for permission to leave the table. Do you just get up and leave when you're done? No, maybe at school, but even at school, you guys ask, hey, Miss Romero, I'm done. Can I clean up the trash? You got to get up, and it's a sign of respect. You don't just get up and leave and do what you want. When you're an adult, you still have to ask for respect, or you still say, excuse me, but you don't just get up and leave when you want. Number 9, thank the person who prepared your meal. There's a lot of work that goes into making your dinner. There's a lot of work that goes into making your breakfast. So don't just eat and not say thank you. Does everybody say thank you? I think we have a good class. I don't think we have any issues with that. But if you don't, you should start saying thank you now. And then number 10, wash your hands after you excuse. You just put all this food on your hands. Even if you're using a fork or a knife, you've just done all this stuff with your hands. It's time to get that off of there and make sure you don't take those food particles and touch your toys or touch anything else in the house until your hands are completely clean. All right. Now, I'm going to share a poem with you guys. It's called Server, Server. All right. Listen carefully, and then I'll let you go enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Server, server, strong and able. Stop here, please, beside my table. I'd like potatoes, steak, or ham. Crispy vegetables, a roll with jam. For dessert, I'd like some fruit that's sweet. And please, may I have some ketchup for my meat? There's one thing more. What shall I drink? A glass of milk will be good, I think. All your fine food smells so delicious. But how, kind server, did you manage all the dishes? That's a good question. And if you're asking that question, you probably should be helping out with the dishes. All right, first grade, you guys have been great. Help your mom, help your dad with the dishes today. Help them do something for dinner while they're cleaning up. They've worked hard all day. They're helping you with school. They're helping with your lessons. They have other kids to take care of probably. They need your help. So try to help your parents today. And if they ask why, just tell them, Mr. Hunter told me to. All right? I love you guys. There's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow.